Chapter 401. Battle begins once more. Translator, Chibi General Editor, Chibi General. Choju was shocked, quickly concentrating his mind and pushing his soul, meditating, resist this yellow light. This yellow light was supported by Fang Yuan's soul power, but he was young and had weaker foundations in his soul compared to this 100-year-old monster, Choju. To enslave Choju, it would not be an easy task. But why would Fang Yuan not see this coming? He had his ways. Piak, piak, piak. Bam, bam, bam. Stop, you dare to hit me. Kick my face again and I'll fight it out with you. Faster is care, still kicking. I'll kill you. Stop hitting me. No, no more. Fang Yuan hit Choju. Until he rolled around, Choju could not use goo worms, but Fang Yuan had his strength path goo worms available. Comparing strength, Choju was not Fang Yuan's match. Quickly, Choju's face was bruised, and his distraction meant that the yellow light fused into his body more deeply. Hold on, I have to block it. Once it fuses completely, I will be his slave. I will have no way out. Choju squeezed into a ball as he allowed Fang Yuan to hit him, the strong sense of danger causing his hair to stand. Just a tiny bit of light left, near his forehead, unable to fuse properly. Fang Yuan laughed coldly, suddenly saying, Zeng An Yu, you don't want revenge? Chenju betrayed you and is living well with Shang Yanfei. You, how did you know? Choju was taken by surprise, the light quickly entering his body with this chance. Choju's expression instantly changed, kneeling before Fang Yuan. This subordinate greets master. Fang Yuan laughed heartily. Success! This rank 5 slavery goo should be used on a rank 5 goo master to express its true worth. Till now, Mo Wuqian and Zhao Meng had not arrived yet. Taimu Bai, Wu Gui, Kumo, and Wulan Shan were all killed by Fang Yuan. The final choice was Wang Xiao, the owner of Wu Mountain and killer ghost doctor Choju. But how could Wu Mountain compare to the Door of Life and Death? The Door of Life and Death was a forbidden land on the same level as the River of Time. Enslaving Choju meant getting the clue to the Door of Life and Death. Moreover, Choju is one of the 4 great doctors of Southern Border. His influence even spread to the righteous path. He was definitely better than Mo Wuqian. The only flaw was that enslaving Choju placed a great burden on Fang Yuan's soul. It was a problem for his upcoming immortal goo refinement. Choju, back then, did you use the poison vow goo with Dr. Su Shou, swearing to love each other for eternity, never abandoning each other? Fang Yuan looked at the killer ghost doctor, asking a question. There is indeed such a matter. But master, how did you know? Choju kneeled on the ground and answered with a bruised face, feeling confused. Since you used the poison vow goo, do you know how Dr. Su Shou lifted its restrictions? Fang Yuan squinted his eyes. Poison vow goo is Mountain Pledge, Sea Oath goo's replacement. Chenju does not have the ability to negate it. She took a great risk for that gigolo Shang Yanfei, letting the poison vow kill her. Without a host, the poison vow's strength vanished. She then used healing techniques to resurrect herself, getting free of the poison vow. Choju said this with a furious expression. He loved his senior sister greatly, but she betrayed him for a gigolo, even ignoring the dangers to her life, and broke the poison vow. Fang Yuan heard this and was even more furious than him, lifting his leg and kicking Choju away. You lying piece of shit! He remembered that in his previous life, Choju said this. We took an oath in front of the blessed land's sea to protect and stand by each other. But who could have thought her heart had already changed and actually broke the oath we took at that time and injured me, defecting with that thief? What oath? It was the mother fasterous king poison vow goo. This Choju only spoke of less important matters, making important information unclear and concealing himself. If he had said poison vow goo back then, Fang Yuan reckons, he would not have been so unaware, not knowing that there was a person in Shang Clan City that could break free from poison vow goo, and thus he would have been careful of binding Bing. But I should have guessed it. When Choju talked about Shang Yanfei's appearance, he said that he was only slightly better looking, saying such shameless words like it was natural. It was no surprise that he would not mention the goo. Fang Yuan looked at Cho Ju with contempt, saying he loved her, but used the poison vow goo to restrict her. It showed how sinister and inferior his inner heart was. Such a person speaking with exaggerated truths was nothing strange. Fang Yuan was also suspicious of how Bai Ningbing broke free from the poison vow. Even in his previous life, Bai Ningbing did not say the reason. Now Fang Yuan knew it was Dr. Su Shou who helped her break free of it. All right, let the past be past. Cho Ju, go to King Xin Inheritance and get me undefeated 100 battles goo. Fang Yuan collected his thoughts and instructed. This subordinate will do all that he can, Cho Ju answered. Cho Ju was a healing goo master. He was not a refinement path master like Feng Tianyu. It was impossible to ask him to assist Fang Yuan in refining second aperture goo. But it was extremely easy for him to get the undefeated 100 battles goo. This is because the blessed land was weakening. Not long later, goo worms would be usable. Cho Ju just needed to charge ahead, and he would obtain undefeated 100 battles goo. At this point, Fang Yuan's slaughter ended. He returned to the hall and continued refining goo. Compared to his previous life, he saved a lot of time after rebirth. Without the spring-autumn cicadas pressure, it was much easier. Back then, he only spent an hour a day, refining goo like a maniac, forcing his own limits. But now he could sleep 6 hours, slowly and steadily, refining goo with perfect sequence. Days continued to pass and the blessed land was getting weaker. But the immortal essence expenditure was much less than last time. Fang Yuan had his experience from the last time. He took less detours this time. Many steps were completed in one try, and the land spirit was extremely amazed. 3 Kings' Inheritance's weird state attracted everyone's attention. As time went on, Shay clan, Zuo clan moved out, and Jiao Meng and Mo Wutian also appeared on Sansha Mountain. Finally, October 24th came again. Master, this subordinate has succeeded. Cho Ju kneeled on the ground, holding up a goo, handing it to Fang Yuan. This goo had a bland appearance. Like a gray stone disc, it was none other than undefeated 100 battles goo. In his previous life, Feng Tianyu, who Fang Yuan enslaved, obtained King Xin inheritance and had several hundred hairy men as followers. Now Cho Ju was not a refinement path master. He broke through by force, only getting the undefeated 100 battles goo. Not a single hairy man followed him. But the hairy men were good at goo refinement. They could not battle. The hairy men's line of defense was as good as nothing. Fang Yuan did not mind it. After keeping undefeated 100 battles, Fang Yuan gave instructions before sending Cho Ju away. This process was done in the dark. Bai Ningbing did not learn of it. Fang Yuan returned to the Bronze Hall, and Bai Ningbing had already arrived. Behind her, there were 100,000 dog beasts, either resting or playing around. Fang Yuan smiled lightly. Bai Ningbing, hand your goo worms to the land spirit. What? Bai Ningbing was shocked. Aren't I commanding these dogs? The land spirit can use goo worms. Its manipulation is better than yours. Fang Yuan explained. Land spirit appeared, slightly worried. Young man, I have to refine goo with you while controlling the immortal essence. If I have to expend effort controlling the dogs, I might not have the energy to do so. Fang Yuan snickered, his expression extremely confident. No worries. Aren't you confident of my actions? Among the enemies, I have my pawn pieces too. There are sufficient primeval stones here for you to manipulate the dogs. Is that so? Bagui hesitated, but thinking of Fang Yuan's secret identity, he agreed in the end. As for you, Bai Ningbing, come with me. When I refine goo, I need a trustworthy person to defend me. Fang Yuan patted Bai Ningbing's shoulder, showing a kind and affectionate smile. Bai Ningbing snorted, her gaze shining secretly, as she said in a flat tone, Up to you, as long as you don't die. Whether the goo refinement succeeds or not is none of my business. Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing entered the hall together. Fang Yuan sat down as Bai Ningbing acted as his guardian. Fang Yuan shut his eyes, not doing anything. What are you waiting for? There is not much time. Bai Ningbing endured for a while before breaking the silence. Ning Bing, stay calm. Some things cannot be rushed. Fang Yuan smiled lightly, no anxiety at all as he spoke plainly. Bai Ning Bing snorted, not speaking, her eyes squinting, thinking in her heart. What is this Fang Yuan thinking of? He took away my commanding rights. Is he suspicious of me? No, he arranged for me to be in the hall. He still trusts me. I have to continue enduring. She thought of Tiruanan, feeling assured. She is blocked by the dog groups outside now. Without my assistance, she can only break through by force. Damn it, he did not let me control the dogs. Thankfully, we have a backup plan. Bai Chi is already secretly on Sancha Mountain. A moment later, Fang Yuan was calm and resting, not doing anything. This time, even the land spirit came to urge Fang Yuan to refine the goo. But Fang Yuan rejected him, not doing anything. Land spirit was anxious. Its tone became slightly angry. But Fang Yuan used his rebirth identity to convince it. At this time on Sancha Mountain Peak, blue-red light pillars were thin and weak, still shining on the mountain peak. King Quan Inheritance's yellow pillar was gone. The previous time, only red pillar was left. That was because Feng Tianyu took King Xin Inheritance. But this time, Choju was not a refinement master. He could not break through the final round. Thus, 2 pillars were left. I wonder who took King Quan Inheritance. 2 left? Us small free have no chance. But it is really strange. None of the rank 5 Gu masters in the inheritance came out. Did something happen? That's right. King Quan Inheritance was inherited. But why did the others not come out? They are being retained inside the blessed land. This blessed land is facing destruction. Soon the door will open, allowing us to enter and exit at will. A voice echoed. It is Lord Xiao Mang. Someone cheered, recognizing the person's identity.